Okay. And how's the boat run when you've played with it now for a summer? I mean, how's it run? What are you thinking?
It's great. So the lightweight really is nice. The carbon fiber is super stiff. You asked earlier about how it behaves in chop. Like I was using it this for crabbing out of Eagle Harbor. So out into the Sound, go a mile or two north up to the next cove on Bainbridge Island to
Perfect.
drop pots. And I don't know if you remember this as well, but I had you guys do a Scotty mount. So I've got a little pulley
Yeah,
thing. We pull
yeah.
the crab traps up.
On the nose
And
of the boat there.
yeah, it works
That's
great.
pretty good.
It's really easy. The stability of the boat when you're pulling pots and lifting around the boat, it's great.
Okay.
And so we've been out there, like in the morning you usually go out and pots and it's flat. In the afternoon you go pick them up. It can be pretty choppy out there,
Yeah.
and the boat feels super safe. Like even in the sort
Perfect.
of 1 to 2 foot wind waves you get out in Puget Sound. Um, you have to be careful about speed. It's still an 11-foot boat, but
Yeah.
so too fast and it pounds, too slow and you actually do get some water coming over the bow.
Right.
So keep the bow up and but it's
Some common
actually
sense. It still has some.
and I guess you already know this, right? You took those boats all the way down the Sound,
Yeah, yeah. And
but
up the Columbia River, did you hear about our Columbia River trip?
I didn't hear about that one.
So we went out and crossed the bar at the Columbia River, where they do the Coast Guard training out into the
Oh
Pacific
yeah,
and
nice.
turned around and flipped and did a 491-mile trip all the way up into Hell's Canyon in Idaho
Wow, that's
in
cool.
September.
In
Yeah,
5 days, yeah.
in 5 days and camped
Wow.
along the way. Just a wonderful trip. But when we went through the Cascade Mountains there at what's the place with all the windsurfers?
Hood River.
Yeah.
Yes, Hood River. We had gusts of 40 miles an hour in there.
Wow, yeah, I've seen those waves out there. They're pretty
It's a
big.
funnel, and we still maintain like 10, 12 miles an hour in those conditions.
That's
And
cool.
that day, we managed to do 120 miles that day. So being able to do that kind of distance in those kind of seas with a little boat that weighs 180 pounds is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have your console thing with the seats and the steering wheel, or were you
So
sitting on?
we had a 10 footer that's like your boat. Then we had an
I've actually
11.
got the 11.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you don't have the console, or you do have the console?
I do not.
Yeah, so mine is a 10. We took the boat off mine. I've got a 10 with a 15 on it, and then we put an 11
15, yeah.
well, the 11 had a
15 Yamaha. Yeah.
15 Yamaha, and then we had the new 13-foot carbon cat. And so that had a 30 on it.
Okay.
And it does have the console. So we had yeah, it worked out great. So we literally did it with the 1 foot smaller than what you have.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Crossing the Columbia River Bar was kind of fun.
I'll bet. I've
Adventure.
done it a lot of times in my dad's 22-foot Grady White.
Uh-huh.
That can be like that boat's real seaworthy, but you get some really big swells out there.
Yeah. The day we did it, it was only like a 2 or 3 foot swell with like a 1 or 2 foot chop. So it wasn't too bad there. It was much, much heavier weather in the Hood River.
Oh yeah.
We had 6 foot chop in a few spots there.
Wow.
And it's a matter of just managing your speed and watching where you're going. And when they're really steep, you can actually cut at an angle too.
Yeah.
Slice your safe wave right over the top. A little bit of seamanship, and you can do amazing things.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Well, good. Any parting thoughts I mean, if you had to sum up your experience with your carbon cat, you would say?
So much better than a rib. Really, like you guys delivered on the promise.